When we prepare our research presentations, we often focus too much on how we will come across or how our slides will look, and too little about how the audience will gain new knowledge from our presentations. So when we want to be good research presenters, we would like to be this guy here, with a clear eye contact and a clear message, making a difference for the audience. And the way to do that is, among other things, to have a clear structure of your talk. One way of thinking about structure is the fish model. And the fish, as you know, you catch on a hook. So you start by dragging your audience in, making them interested in what you want to say. So rather than starting out with saying what your name is and what your affiliations are, start by making us interested in your talk. So a good hook could be a case, it could be an interesting find, it could be the wonder that started it all for you. And once you have that, once you've dragged us in, then you could use the IMRIT structure that you know from every journal article you ever read or wrote, the IMRD. The I is the head of the fish, and it's the introduction. The introduction to you and the introduction to the topic. So why is this relevant? What is the topic? Where is your research presentation situated? The M stands for method. So briefly go through what you did and why you did it that way. The R stands for results. So what did you find? The D stands for discussion. Discuss the perspectives of what you found. And then the fish has a tail. And you need to state, and then what? So would there be further research? How does this impact on the research we already have? And maybe you could make a link back to the hook that you started out with. What sometimes happens when we are presenting is that we have too much material, and then we only get maybe to the middle of the R in our presentation. And the listeners never get the interesting part, the results, the discussion, and the perspectives of it. So I would recommend that you think about the structure of your talk as a hook, introduction, method, and then results, discussion, and further perspectives. And once you have that story, once you know exactly what you want to say and in what order, then you could support it visually, for example by using PowerPoint. But I would recommend that you wait by making your slides until you know what you want to say. Because otherwise your presentation will be a brainstorm. So it would be random slides in the order that you came up with them in. Might be too text heavy, and they might not be as relevant for the story you want to tell. And then you lose the coherence in the story, and then you lose the audience. So to become a good research presenter, you need to focus on the structure of your talk, what you want to say, why you want to say it, and how it becomes relevant to this particular audience. And then we can talk about tone of voice and body language and other sorts of interesting things. But the main thing of a good research presentation is the structure.